Mic check 1 2. Checking in. What it do? What it do? Hope everybody's well. I want to go ahead and wrap up my Cancer New Moon video. I need to light a candle. Yeah, I'm not always set up. I've just been sitting here, kind of, I don't know, thinking like, I knew I was gonna go and finish this video tonight, but the moon is still in Cancer. She's wrapping it up in Cancer, so still a good time for me to go ahead and finish this video. And my baby birthday was today, so we had her a little birthday party. She enjoyed herself. It was nice. I said I'll go get a cap, light a cap. Let me get a cap again. My bad. I know I should have my shit together, but I don't. And unfortunately, being always on the go, my stuff ain't never always together. I'm gonna go ahead and get this video wrapped up. TV is so loud, so we got a light a candle for purity, protection, and I'm gonna get my crystals out of my bag and my purse. I like to have them with me whenever I be out and about. My other bag got crystals in them, so I got my selenite one and my smoky quartz crystal. Kind of keep the negative vibes away, because I don't have no sage and no Palo Santo or nothing like that. So I got some amethyst. My blue sodalite. I actually want to get my blue sodalite crystal wrapped. This is my pyrite. This was a gift. Somebody gave me this. So I was like, cool, I can take my other one and do something else with that. Amethyst. Isn't it pretty? It's little, but I love it. You can tell it's like a real crystal. I love my little crystal. Nowadays, they be tripping with these crystals, because it's like, since it's such a fad, a lot of these crystals are so fake. I follow her on Facebook, the Sage Goddess. She actually goes to the show in Tucson where they sell real gemstones, and she sell her gemstones online. Like, she always go to the show, the gem show, and she buy her stuff wholesale and sell them. Energy Muse also, like, I love their crystals on Energy Muse. So definitely, if anybody got any recommendations for like good quality crystals, let me know, because I'm always on the lookout for authentic crystals. Amazon is out the question. It's overrated. And like, there's so many people selling stuff on Amazon, you don't know what's real and what's not. So I don't even buy off Amazon. I actually shop on eBay. Because eBay, they from, if you buy a crystal from like India or something, you know it's a real damn crystal because they have it out there. Lapis lazuli, we know that is originally a crystal from Israel. So yeah, like some crystals like that, especially in India, where those gemstones come natural to them, then you know you're buying from a good place. More than likely, if it's an international company where you're ordering your crystals from, I think they're pretty good. But those, like these right here, this lady gave these to my kids for free. Like, this is supposed to be a rose quartz. And I don't know. It just don't give me the vibe of it being a real crystal. You see how it look? It looks so, like, plastic. Like, so, yeah. Be mindful of your crystals. Alright, I'll put it out. And I should have brought me some water in, y'all. I know, like, a few of my videos, I was complaining about water. I should have went and got me some in my truck. I had 2 cases of water in my truck. 1 case, then I had a little small case of alkaline water. I'm like, I'm tripping. I've been complaining about water for 2 or 3 days, and I got water right here in my doggone truck. Shame on me. So, in my last video, sorry, I'm gonna just dry out. I ain't gonna say all the same, but anyway. I suffer with dry lips, so I have to keep them. I stopped at Capricorn in my last video. I really should go get me some water. I think I probably will go ahead and do that right quick and come back, because it's gonna take me but like a couple of minutes to go grab me some water. Okay. Yeah. Pluto is square Mars right now, and they got me like on edge. It was this man out there walking around pushing a basket, and it's like almost 3:30 in the morning, and then he like slowed down and started pulling up his pants and shit. I was like, I'm gonna fuck him up. Like, they got cameras in this motherfucker tonight. Gonna be not fucking somebody up. But I'm glad he just went on by the beating and he spoke. I ain't heard shit. Like, don't say shit to me, motherfucker, cause bitch, I'm feeling threatened right now by anything. So, but anyway, I got me some water. I'm a water sign, so I'm always needing water, and my baby girl like that too. I got one girl. She's a Pisces rising. She's a Virgo, but her sun is in the 7th house, opposite her ascendant. So she's a Pisces, and she has eczema really bad, like how I have it. I have eczema skin, and it seemed like as soon as it got warm outside, our eczema started flaring up. Mine is like literally right here on my arm. This little spot right here. As soon as it got warm, it had started flaring up. Hers started flaring up on her feet, and I noticed that, and I was like, oh, but she's always really thirsty. So that's one thing I noticed about being a water sign is dehydration, severe thirst, like dry lips and eczema skin, like dry skin. Your skin will dry out. So definitely something to keep in mind as a water sign. Stay hydrated. So, let me get some little meditation music going. Hopefully I don't have no problem with this video. The one I was doing on my laptop last night, I don't know what happened to it, but my laptop froze. It's really the app that I use to create my templates and to kind of create my video. That app does something to my laptop sometime where I guess it's like an overload, and it just froze up my whole laptop for a whole day. So hopefully I don't have no issues. I feel like I'll probably be in a good mood to redo a video if I have to. All right. So I'm getting some positive energy going. All right, and I ended at Aquarius. And I just want to say that I go by the cycle of the moon, right? So when I go by the cycle of the moon, it's as if whatever sign of the moon, that sign is on the ascendant, and each sign is the house, represents the house, which is overall the energy of that moon cycle. So with that being said, that's why Cancer was first house, Leo second house, Virgo third house, who was Virgo? Libra fifth house, Scorpio sixth house, Sag seventh house. So like it goes in that order, as far as the astrological, as far as the energy. And what I've learned is that it does manifest that way. It's crazy because, of course, we're gonna look at our chart, at our natal chart, and we're gonna see how, like, what sign and houses are affected. But with the moon cycles, it's a bit different because it's not really focused on the chart. It's the energy of the moon and the season and because all the energies all together is playing a bigger role, which of course is the outer planets like Neptune and Pluto and Neptune, Pluto, and Saturn. Okay. Pluto, from what I've learned from my own observation from my natal chart, Pluto is a way to break generational curses through your Pluto. You know, it was like a karmic lesson that your family had to learn, and you know, you get to see what your role is with Pluto that you're supposed to change or transform as far as, you know, your family karma with that Pluto. Neptune, I've learned, is associated with the grandmother. My Neptune is in Capricorn. I noticed all my children, I think, no, 2 of them got Neptune in Aquarius. My oldest daughter, which she's a Libra sun, but she's an Aquarius rising, and her Neptune in Aquarius is on her ascendant in her first house. So I be kind of mindful with that about her, is like, I don't know about it to like try to manipulate her or, you know, use her because she have that Neptune in her first house. I feel that it's her being prone to deceit, but maybe not. She's very artistic, but with her Neptune being in Aquarius, it definitely brings about behavioral issues, so to say. My other child with Neptune in Aquarius, she's very gifted, but she's so like overactive, and she do a bunch of like weird shit. I don't know. It's crazy with her, but she's a Virgo. So this is my baby that's a Pisces rising. She's very gentle, very soft spoken, but when she's in her sun, when she's her opposite of herself, she can be quite vindictive and a little tricky, a little trickster. So yeah. But that is the cycle. That is the way I read the energy. I am not a professional astrologer, and what I do is I study astrology. I have the Astro Matrix app, and I study the current energies all the time. And I keep up with my daily, weekly, even like yearly transits. Oh, that's what I was talking about, Neptune. Yeah, so a few of my kids have Neptune in Pisces. So yeah, that's why I got sidetracked. That's where I got sidetracked at. My bad. It's Neptune. And Neptune will soon be going into Aquarius. I'm out here for Neptune not Aquarius, Aries. Neptune will be going to Aries. And with me being a 12th house, Aries, with me being a 12th house, Aries, what's it called? Stellium. I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm here for it. But you know, the 12th house is about releasing. A lot of releasing. But still, you know, I've kind of got a good feeling about it, you know. I have been like musically inspired for a while, but I haven't had the courage to like, you know, go through or like try anything. I just jot down ideas that come into my head, you know. Stuff that come into my head, I write it down, and I put a start on that page so that I remember what it was that I wrote it for what. So I don't know. Maybe one day I end up pulling it back out. I don't know. So with that being said, let's start at Aquarius. That's where I left off. And according to the Cancer energy with Cancer being on the ascendant. Let's say the sun and moon. Aquarius is Cancer's 8th house. Okay, so we have the sun and moon in Aquarius 8th house, being in the square to Jupiter and Aries, which is Aquarius' 3rd house. Okay, and I actually wrote this down wrong, so I'm gonna correct it. So the sun and moon is in the 8th house of Aquarius. So the 8th house, of course, as I stated many times before, the 8th house is the house of secrets, things from the past, karma, entanglements, and usually joint finances. Like somebody wants some of your money or you want some of somebody else's. Alright. But it is the house of death too. It is the house of death. It's the house of fears. You know. So for Aquarius, this the sun and moon is in the 8th house. And the 8th house is also very transformational. It's a deep transformational connection with somebody with that 8th house. But it is a little scary because it is the house of death, you know. But we shouldn't always look at the 8th house like somebody gonna die. But there is a focus on other people's money for sure. And it's in the square to Jupiter and Aries in the 3rd house. So Jupiter and Aries in the 3rd house. This could be some stuff from the past, their childhood. Because the 3rd house always deals with. It's also travel too. Issues with traveling with that 3rd house. 3rd house issues with siblings. Issues with neighbors, people in your community. I feel it pretty much though is like movement, travel, things like that. It's in the square to the 8th house. So some kind of friction between other people's money and how you travel or go about getting to it or communicating about it, because the 3rd house is also the house of communication and social media. Pretty much social connections. So I also wrote that the 8th house is like investigations and family wealth, inheritances, inheritance money, things like that. So definitely some kind of issue with this 8th house Cancer in a square to your 3rd house. Family, you know, definitely family issues here, I feel. Issues with siblings and things like that. So let's get a Divine Abundance card for Aquarius. And once this video gets certain length, I'm just going to cut it off because it's just something about the way it uploads. It takes way longer and it just does like an overload to my laptop. Alright, so I'm calling up on my ancestors, angels, and spirit guides, asking that you come into this space with light, love, truth, and clarity. As I get the collective energy according to the energy of the planets and the galaxy system. me and provide truth and clarity. And nothing but light and love. Energy of light and love. Right positive energy. This astrological energy collective, right? This is dealing with the galaxy and dealing with the universe. The energy of the earth, the vibrations of the earth, and we're not gonna base this on any particular person. But definitely, if it resonates with you, then you definitely claim it. All right, so Aquarius at the bottom of the deck, we have self-love. All right, extraordinary, divine abundance, grounded. So learning how to love yourself, Aquarius, I see. So let's get a card for you. And let's see what the Spirit has to say for the energy of Aquarius. We got extraordinary and we got love at the bottom of the deck. So Aquarius, you are extraordinary. You are in extraordinary energy. There is a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. So there is love here at the bottom of the deck. And we see abundance and ease. All right, so you are definitely blessed, Aquarius. All right, let's get a romance oracle card. Sun is going crazy. See that keeping up in mind too. This is the energy for Aquarius. So Aquarius, we got deception at the bottom of the deck. Alright, keep an open mind. So there is some deception that you could be dealing with. Holy Spirit answers, angel spirit guides, I ask that you come into the space of light and clarity and truth, asking that you romance. Okay, free yourself. So there's a need to free yourself from something. You deserve love, Aquarius. Somebody needs to be free from something. Alright. It could be you or it could be the other person. Maybe you don't want to admit that your person needs to be free. But somebody feel like they deserve love. They're extraordinary and they want to be free. Maybe some Aquarius is feeling the need to break away from the normal things that they do in their life, or just just get away and go on a vacation or something, or go somewhere. Have some fun for a change. Aquarius. And you could be feeling restrained or restricted from something as well, too. Some Aquarius. Struggle at the bottom of the deck. So Aquarians, you could be struggling with something. Okay, unlimited possibilities and sacred space. Struggling. So there are possibilities amongst you, but you're struggling with loving yourself. And I see the energy of duality, so you could be facing like a spiritual battle, a battle between your light and your shadow side. I see some frustration here, some struggles, and the need to release yourself from something, or somebody want to be released from something. And then at the bottom of the deck of this Romance Oracle card, we have you deserve love and release your ex. So, you know, Aquarius, if you're in a connection where you're not satisfied or content, you know, release that person. Or if you're having a hard time freeing yourself from a person, you know, you want to be free from somebody, but you don't know necessarily how to break away, or maybe somebody that you're interested in is into some, you know, they into something or got something going on and they don't know how to break away. But whatever the case is, there is unlimited possibilities here in sacred space. So I feel this sacred space is saying, like, take the time out to think and sit still. You know, yeah, meditate. All right, so that's what I have for Aquarius. All right, and next we're going to go to Pisces. For Pisces, Cancer, according to the Cancer cycle, Cancer is the 9th house. Pisces. So this new moon energy with the sun and moon being there is in your 9th house. My head is really itching. And I've been just patting and patting and patting. I'm like, ooh. So the sun and moon is in the 9th house, and it's in a square to Jupiter in Aries in the 2nd house. So this is some, of course, definitely some issues with money, and with the 9th house issues with traveling. This is also dealing with banks, loans, college, credit cards, student loans, traveling long distance. There could be an issue with that 9th house, 2nd house axis, okay? So, I hate to say it, like issues with like auto loans, or applying for a home, or like anything you probably put in an application for at this point might be a bit challenging, or you might have some fears, or you know, it might be a setback. You know, it could be some loans that you have to pay back, or you decide to go back to school. I know a lot of schools been contacting me, and I'm like, well, it's one particular program. I'm like, well, just call me back in like 3 months, and maybe then I'll be financially ready to go back to school. But I'm not, do that all the time, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm always like, what? What the hell was I just saying? Okay, shit. Charge to my head, not my heart. As they say. Wow, ninth house and the third house. I know I've been trying to lay low, like try not to travel too much. Oh, second house. Then I'm like, well, when I go home, I want to make sure I got everything I need so that I won't be having to, you know, I want to make sure I'm going to be at home for a minute. I miss being at home right now. I haven't been at home. And, I kind of miss it. The other ninth house is house of like preachers and professors and like the Pope or the Hierophant in the tarot deck. Almost like the Hierophant or the, well, I was gonna say the Hermit. I guess you could say the Hermit. All right, at the bottom of the deck we have grounded. So Pisces, there's a need to stay grounded. Grounded in your finances, definitely, I feel. Whatever you have, you know, be mindful of your spending. And I wish I could say that to myself, like, okay, you need to be grounded with your spending, but I'm not grounded with my spending. Whew. My bad, y'all. I just, now I want to go to sleep. Okay, so Pisces, you're dealing with some grief and karma. Okay, so there's some karmic energy for Pisces right now. And you know Saturn is the planet of karma. And Saturn technically is in Pisces' 12th house right now. 12th house in the square to Taurus in the 3rd house. But according to this cycle right here, we have the 9th house in the square to the 2nd house. I made up in this with coffee. So, so yeah, you got some grief and some karma, Pisces, that you're going through, and you might not even know that it's karma. But if there's any kind of grief being experienced, just know that it's karmic. You know. But let's see what else we got here. Yeah, you're definitely going through karma with something with your inner child, with love in your inner child. Going through karmic cycle right now. All right, let's get a romance oracle card. Yeah, it got so quiet. I don't know if I just put these cards in. I forgot. Now I got sleepy. It's 3-something in the morning. Alright. So we got reconciliation at the bottom of the deck. Forgiving and learning. Let your friends help you. Pay attention to the red flags. I see that some Pisces, somebody could want to reconnect with you or reach out to you. Yeah, soulmate, want to reconcile with you. It says you release and heal the past. You experience more love in your present moments. So it's saying you could be holding on to some things from the past, Pisces, but Spirit is saying that this is a soulmate connection, and so yeah, but there's some grief here, Pisces, with reconciling with someone, or now you do have a soulmate connection here, reconciling with a soulmate. Alright, so some Pisces could be experiencing some grief right now. But it do say that you're going through some karma, and that, you know, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So that's what I was saying. Maybe it's some things from the past that you have to heal from. I feel, Pisces, some of you I could be holding a grudge against somebody. And I see sexual energy too. A lot of sexual energy. So, Pisces, some of you all could be having a hard time with finding joy right now. I feel like some Pisces is really grieving or going through something really sad or depressing right now. Some Pisces could actually be experiencing depression at this time. And we got growth. Reunion of souls and struggle. So yeah, this one says reunion of souls came out twice. So the joy is definitely there for you. Okay, joy is definitely within your. It's about loving yourself. You know, once you love yourself, you experience more joy. So I feel like, you know, you're definitely growing through something, learning something, some lessons, and you're experiencing some growth, Pisces. All right. And then we have Taurus. I think I'll be able to finish all this in the video. And then we got Taurus and then Gemini. All right. So Taurus, for Cancer, the Sun and Moon is in the 11th house. And it's in a square to Jupiter and Aries in your, I wrote 12th house, but I don't think that's right. I mean, technically Aries is Jupiter, Taurus is 12th house, right? We got outrageous openness for Taurus. So reframe. So Taurus, you're starting to be more open, more outgoing. You could be going through a transformation. Like, you know what? I'm going to start meeting more people. You know, yeah, like start interacting more. Because Taurus do have a lot of Gemini energy, but you do have companionship. Like, you're going through a transformation. Some of you could have just got married or could be getting married, but you definitely have a divine companionship that's along your path, or you know, flowing along your conductor, so to say, your energetic conductor. But yeah, you're being open and say, dear love, open me to your will, release me from my attachments, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed and I am open to receive. So yeah, it's just being open to whatever goods coming your way. Stay beautiful, stay vibrant, and stay open-minded, you know, and release yourself from anything that you're attached to, especially that's dark or negative. And be open to the divine energy that is coming for you. Oh, I should have pulled up a romance oracle first. So I'll do that. Yeah, 45 minutes. Actually 47. Let go of control issues, codependency. So Taurus, some of you all could be really attached to someone. You could be a little controlling, or you could not want to relinquish control, you know, because you're so used to things being done a certain way. So you do have, but this person is your true love. You do have a spiritual connection to this person. It's like getting to know each other, true love. So there's definitely true love here. And say as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And we got religious factors at the bottom of the deck. So it's definitely a spiritual connection. And it's definitely a spiritual relationship. So that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Like the Hierophant, because the Hierophant has, you know, a spiritual essence, like a spiritual leader or a teacher. Has morals, traditions, values about themselves, principles. You know, that's that Taurian energy. bottom of the deck, we have psychic development. So Taurus, some of you all are definitely ascending. You could be experiencing ascension symptoms. You are developing your psychic abilities. Okay, you're very intuitive. All right, especially in this Cancer energy, that should have been understood. Yeah, it came out. Psychic development, it's all good, abundance. So yeah, you know you got abundance coming your way. You know you are abundant. Everything's all good for you. You know you got a beautiful love connection that's spiritually guided. So you're abundant. Everything is everything with you. All right. And Gemini. So for Gemini, this Cancer new moon and the sun is in your 12th house. And it's in a square to Jupiter in Aries. Let's see. In Gemini's 12th house, Cancer 1st house. So that will I'll make sure it's the 9th. Yeah, it's the 9th house. The 3rd house from the 12th house. So that's right. So you have the new moon energy, the sun and the moon in your 12th house, and it's in a square to Jupiter in Aries in your 9th house. Okay? So the sun and moon in your 12th house, Cancer, it's very spiritual energy for Gemini. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you Cancer. Gemini, really spiritual energy for you in the 12th house. With the 12th house is square to Jupiter and Aries in the 9th house. I feel like this is facing the harsh truth. This is dealing with a truth. The 12th house can be hidden enemies, like things going on behind your back. Jupiter and Aries in the 12th house, you could be really argumentative too. I just thought about that. I know, because Jupiter and Aries is in my 12th house. So, you could be really argumentative. And it's square to your 9th house. It's knowing a higher truth that, you know, because as a Gemini rising, Sagittarius root is your 7th house, which is connected to your 9th house where Jupiter is right now. So you're really going through some Jupiterian energy, karma, related to your marriage and your relationship. And with this Jupiter and Aries, you know, you could be quite argumentative. You could be nagging and, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you could, because like I said, that 12th house is, you know, you're intuitive. You know things internally before it even come out. You know, I feel like it's some secrets, some things behind the scenes. I feel this is a lot of spiritual energy too. With Jupiter and Aries, it could be something that questions or tests your limits. Your traditions or your values. It could be something that questions your morals with that 9th house. You know, the 12th house square your 9th house. It's like, you know, what? I feel like it's got to do with a philosophy or something, or how you believe or see something. You know, what your higher truth is. What do you believe in? So let's see, Gemini. You got divine love, though. And that's why I say it's definitely connected to your 7th house. Because as a Gemini, yeah, Sagittarius, the 2nd house is Jupiter energy. And right now, the sun and moon in your 12th house is in the square. Oh, we had a lot of cards. We got grief, right action, liberation. Oh. liberation and love, sacrifice. So Gemini, some of you all could have made a sacrifice and liberated yourself from something. Somebody could be going through some grief in their relationship or connection. But it's saying the right action is to liberate yourself. It's saying go on, make a sacrifice, go on, take a chance, go on, roll the dice, and just see how it goes. Because somebody's really going through some grief and they want to go. They like, I'm sick of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to be free. That's what I'm feeling from this. Like, that, because it say grief, sacrifice, right action, liberation. So it's like somebody have to make some kind of sacrifice, you know. And it's saying you're doing right to liberate yourself, to love. There's some grief behind sacrifice. Wow. And it's like, what did you sacrifice? You know what I'm saying? And for what? You know? But we got right action here. Yeah, we got deception. Getting to know each other. And we on Gemini. Some Geminis could be getting to know somebody. Alright. Let's get this romance oracle energy for Gemini as a collective. Make the effort and let go of control issues. So Gemini, you got the same thing as Taurus, but you have chemistry with somebody. You could be holding back, you know, I feel, or somebody could be holding back on how they feel about somebody. But yeah, healing family issues. So some Geminis could have some family issues that need healing, especially when it comes down to any kind of codependent energy. I think that's like a red flag for Gemini. But yeah, let go of control issues. So somebody could think you're controlling and they want to, you know, release themselves from that. You know, they want to make the effort and liberate themselves from a connection with somebody because they're going through a lot of grief right now. You know, whatever that grief could be. While I upload this video because I done got sleepy. It's 4 in the morning. I'm going to sleep until about 10. And then I'm going to end up getting sleepy again later on throughout the day because I ain't going to be able to get out my sleep out. Yeah, we got stripping illusions. I see Gemini. what I just was just ring to my head. Some Geminis could be feeling a lot of grief right now because they could be feeling like they're tired of being the one making the sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of making, always, doing the sacrificing. Like, I just want out. So we got past, present, and future. Could be something from a past life that has to be addressed in the current life. And it's like if you don't get the lesson, learn the lesson, then you're going to see it again in the future. That's the energy that I get for Gemini. But I see love here. You could want love. Just, all right, grounding. So Gemini, stay grounded. Transformation. You're going through a transformation right now, learning how to love yourself. So yeah, stay grounded. Take your time when it comes down to something going with your home, and just stay grounded. Don't stress, because I do see control issues here, and even though somebody want to liberate themselves and they're going through some grief, I see that the healing oracle is to be grounded. All right. So this is what I have. I have done all of the signs. I will, of course, upload a full moon video for the Capricorn full moon. We know that this Capricorn energy is, of course, going to be in a square to Jupiter as well. Because Jupiter, Capricorn does square Aries energy. I don't know why I can't talk. But, yeah, I probably, I'm not going to even predict or anything, but, I always say I'm going to start back pulling some tarot cards, some energy readings, and pretty much just trying to get a community built up right now. So I try to stay more engaged and be more consistent now. So definitely subscribe, click the notification bell, because I am unpredictable. You just never know when I upload a video. And until next time, love and light. Peace.